Hello and welcome everyone to the Utica Curling Club. This afternoon's game is the Utica Glengarry Challenge Final between Team Kerry Kassab and Team Erling Pulio. My name is Tim Croft and I'll be bringing you today's event. So you can see on the screen, we also have the Consolation Winner event is running on our second sheet. Sheet number 4 will be playing today's final on sheet number 3. So once we get rocks figured out, we'll make sure that we get the scoreboard adjusted for everyone. And we'll review each of the teams. There have been a couple of lineup changes, and we'll make sure we review those for you this afternoon. Give a shout out to our folks that are watching here. I see a few people logged in. Please give us some feedback in the chat if you would. Let us know how the video and the audio sounds out there. So on sheet 3, we're going to have Team Kerry Kassab as skip. Vice will be Marge Moore. Second will be Melissa Foote. And the lead will be Cindy Shirelli. And they will be playing skip Erling Pulio, vice Donna Caleo, second Michelle McEnroe, and lead Karen Barnes. So it looks like Cindy Shirelli is up first. They'll be playing the Blue Stones. And we're underway in the Utica Curling Club Glengarry Challenge Final. And lead Karen Barnes for Team Pulio. Ice looks like it's typically running a little slow in the first end, so the leads are getting their weights down. And Cindy being asked to draw in underneath that corner guard by Kerry Kassab. So Donna Caleo asking for a come around behind that center line guard that was just thrown by Karen Barnes. This is her second. After an end or two, we'll check the stopwatch and see how the ice is running on this sheet once it gets up to speed. And that shot looks like it's coming in top 12, undercover. Okay, so that one came up just a little bit short, so Michelle McEnroe is being asked to draw in. Team Pulio has one in the 12 foot right now on center line. Few other guards built up in front of the house right now. Sweepers are on this one. It looks close. Thanks, Dave. Just wanted to make sure the sound in the video sounded good out there. Looked and sounded good out there. Okay, so Michelle's ran pretty straight, so Carrie's calling for, looks like she's calling for a takeout from Melissa Foote. Nice hit there from Melissa. Rolls a little bit to the left. Looks like blue is out counting yellow at the moment. So Erlene is going to ask Michelle to remove that stone. Another good takeout there. Team's getting used to this first end, getting used to the ice. Getting warmed up a little bit. Carrie calling for a draw in into the top four. Undercover under those center line guards. So this is Marge Moore. Vice for the Casabrink. Line looks good on this, not curling very much. This side seems to be running fairly straight right now. And this one looks like it's running through, so a little heavy. Next up is Donna Caleo. Her first stone for Team Pulio. Yeah, not much curl going on this side yet on this first end. So looks like this one is going to stop, and it looks like it will be fully exposed. So it's going to run heavy. Yeah, it's running through. The ever elusive draw weight, which everyone looks for in the first couple ends of the game. Marge Moore's second shot. Line looks good. Maybe a touch narrow. It's going to be on one of the guards, it looks like, and could be a little tap up here. No, it's passed. And then the weight, a little too much going through. Very close, very close. So Donna Caleo's second shot. Weight looks pretty close on this one. It looks like they might just get a biter out of it. And they do. So yellow now sitting 1-2. And Carrie with the decision of draw in or try the hit and roll. Looks like she's calling for the hit and roll. We're going to skip stones in this first end of the Glengarry Challenge. See if I have our telestrator working. Yep. So it looks like she's going to go hit and roll a little bit there to the right would be the, I think that's what Carrie is looking for on this shot. And Carrie Kasab's first shot is the skip, looking for the hit and roll. Sweepers are on this early, holding the line, they're off. Nice shot from Carrie. Didn't rolled a little bit in, rolled in for a biter on that one, just touching the 12-foot, but removed the second shot. And Erling's going to remove that stone. So with hammer, yellow has the opportunity to potentially take 2 here. But they're going to need to roll. They probably want to roll this one in if possible. Nose hit will still leave them outside of the rings, but give them an opportunity to possibly split on Erling's last shot. Definitely making contact with this one. Maybe a little roll. Beautiful shot. So removes the blue stone, gets a little bit of a roll and a biter under cover. You can see about maybe a third of that stone. There is a center line guard in front of it, and then there's a high guard covering about half of the blue guard. So a little bit of a stack up going on there. So it looks like Carrie's going to draw into the, potentially she'd like to get into the 4-foot under cover, but basically put one in the house. Yellow sitting 1 and 2 right now, so this is Carrie Kasab's last shot. Doesn't want to give the yellow team a chance for 3, so draw under cover. She's outline looks good. Sweeper's not really on it right now. Starting to curl. Oh, here they go. Sweeper's trying to carry it, trying to keep it off of the guard. And they just nick the guard, but they are going to roll in for shot rock, but fully exposed. So with a nose hit, Erling Pulio could potentially collect 3 points here on this first end. Helene Pulio, last rock, first end. Hit and stick for 3. She's making contact with a little bit of a roll inside. Went through, what are the 4 foot? So nice shot by Arlene. So in the first end, Team Pulio up 3-0. I'd like to thank our ice crews today. Did a great job they've been taking care of the ice. The ladies were in here Thursday and then early this morning with their play downs. So fine team, looks like the ice is running well today. We'll see how the timing looks later on once the ends get warmed up. So yellow calling for the center line guard, and nice mid guard right on the center line there.
Where do you want it? Corner. Oh, okay. You're in, that's fine too. Okay.
Cindy Shirelli trying to come around here. Melissa and Marge giving this a little extra sweep. Looks like this is going to be a guard. High guard at that. Didn't really come down this side, so that side a little frosty still here, not really having much play yet. So team's got to get the weight figured out. And Marlene asking Karen Barnes to come in. Looking for 3 to 4 feet of curl on this side. This one's going to run a little deep. And down that side several times. And that one's going to be out the back side, so. So Carrie calling for center line 8 foot from Cindy Shirelli. It looks pretty good. Weight looks close on this one. Sweeper staying off of it. Plenty of room to get around the guard, it looks like. Looks like this was going to run deep too. Might stick around here on the back 12. So Michelle McEnroe drawing in underneath the center line guard. Sweepers on this early, so Michelle's been watching, seeing that some of the stones are running deep because of the fast ice we've seen today so far in the second end. Looks like the rock is starting to curl now. Sweeper's staying on it. Not sure if they're going to get under cover here, but they're going to certainly make it into the rings. So yellow's now sitting shot rock. And blue calls for the takeout. Melissa Foote being asked to remove that yellow stone. Line looks good. Looks like a good takeout, and looks like blue will not only take out the yellow, looks like they'll lose the shooter. So, good shot. Okay, rinse and repeat. Arlene's giving a little less ice, it looks like, on this shot, trying to get underneath that center line guard. So Michelle being asked to put essentially maybe a touch more weight on this one. Get a little deeper into the house without so much sweeping and undercover. This one really hanging out there, not curling. A little more weight on this one, but yeah, that one ran really straight. Could be a straighter stone. And that one gets to just look like it's going to be just about to T-line weight. Still fully exposed, so Melissa Foote asked to remove this stone off the T-line. Nice throw from Melissa, so she removes the yellow stone and gets a little bit of a roll, which is undercover. Both blues behind the tee line though, so Arlene really just looking to draw in on this one. So blue sitting 1 and 2, yellow wanting to put one into the house undercover. Looks like this one's coming down to the back blue, might take a piece of it. A little bump off the back blue. Hard to say. From this vantage point, it looks like blue is sitting 1 and 2. So the draw to the 4-foot contest remains in play here at the Utica Curling Club at our Glengarry Challenge final here. And Marge Moore with her shot, first shot. So this one is running deep, not curling very much on this stone. Okay, so Donna's next shot here. Line looks really good here. Sweepers are on it. Plenty of room to get by the guard. Gotta let it curl. Looks like it's gonna be behind tee line, but it's not going out. There's 2 backers back there to hold it up. Won't even get to him. Looks like it's gonna sit back 4. So yellow now sitting shot on the back 4. And Carrie Kassab asking Marge Moore to draw down to that stone. Looks like this one's running heavy and not curling very much as a result of its weight. Almost had a chip of the yellow in the back of the house. Very close. So the teams are adjusting a little bit of their ice and of course their weight. They're playing about 3 to 3.5 feet of curl anticipated on this side. This is the second end. So Orleans' first shot. Yellow's sitting 1 right now on the back 4. Nice to put one in top 4, top 8. Sweeper's indicating this one looks heavy. Looks like it's going to make contact with the shot rock. Bump it a little bit, but not enough to really change things. So Yellow now sitting 1 and 2 on the back 4. Okay, so Carrie Kasab getting ready. She's trying to draw it onto those 2 yellows behind the tee line in the back, basically in the 8-foot. Draw weight's been really tricky on this end, coming down this side. Ice has been very fast. And not a lot of curl either, so. Carrie's first shot. Sweepers are trying to hold it off of the guard. Looks like they have room to do that, but the weight is coming off very quickly. So easily by the guard with room to spare, and Sweepers bringing that one in. And that's going to sit on just behind the button. So nice shot by Carrie there. Cutting down Yellow from sitting 1 and 2. Now Blue sitting 1. And Rulene Pulio's last shot for Yellow. She's going to come in, sit on top of that one. Maybe a little bump back would be nice, depending on the weight. Certainly got a. He's not throwing heavy weight here, based on the ice that she's looking at. Rulene Pulio's last shot, second end for Team Yellow. Weight looks good on this. They just got to keep it off the guard. Looks like they have room. I don't know if they're going to get much of the blue on this one. Maybe a little chip. Okay, so they moved the blue back a little bit, but blue is still sitting shots. So Carrie Kasab has a draw full 4 to take 2. Okay, last rock hammer for second end. Carry Kassab, drawing to the full 4 for 2. Sweepers are off of it. Looks like it's got plenty of room past the guard. Just want to make sure this doesn't go too deep or change the scoring here. Very close, but it does look like blue took 2. Yeah, it's pretty tight. It's hard to see with the camera angle here. We'll confirm in a second. Does look like blue took 2. Okay, third end starting here for our Glengarry Challenge final. This one is going to wind up coming in center line just behind the button. Back 4. And Karen Barnes being asked to remove that stone. Nice weight takeout. Mission accomplished. Looks like yellow's going to take the blue out, and shooter rolls out. It's okay. And Cindy being asked to put back a center line guard, or put up a center line guard. Okay, weight looks good on this one. Sweepers are on it. Moving down towards the center line. Looks like it's going to be a high guard. High guard on the center line. Nice shot from Cindy. And just to confirm, blue did take 2 in that second end. So Karen Barnes being asked to draw in underneath that high centerline blue guard. It was just thrown by Cindy Shrawley. Weight looks pretty good on this one. Coming in plenty of room around the center guard. A little bit of brushing to keep it moving. Nice shot. Nice shot from Karen.
You want to get rid of our front one? Or do you want to try going after it? You think we should open it?
So a little bit of decision making here for Carrie Kassab. I'm not sure if she wants to come down and try to freeze to the yellow or clear the high guard. I mean, the high guard is just barely over the hog line. So plenty of ice to come around and freeze to that one, to the yellow if she decides to. And that looks like what she's calling as far as ice goes for right now. So Melissa Foote. And her shot. Nice weight on this one. Looks like it's starting to curl now. Sweepers are on it. And that looks like it's going to make the house, but just barely to the 12-foot. So it looks like Michelle McEnroe is being asked to draw down to the yellow, or at least into the 4-foot. Sweeper staying off of this one. Finishing it now, starting to curl. Looks like it's past the blue. And it runs just behind tee line, back 4 it looks like. Nice shot from Michelle. So yellow sitting 1 and 2 right now. There is a blue biter in the center line, top 12. And Melissa Foote's second shot in this third end. Sweeper staying off this one. Looks like it's going to get down to the back yellow. And nudge it back. So it looks like yellow is going to be sitting 1, blue is in 2, and then yellow 3. So Michelle being asked to remove that blue stone, which is wide open. Line looks good on this one. It's a little outside. Sweepers are kind of keeping it true here. Starting to curl now. Really nice weight shot from Michelle. Looks like she's going to hit just inside nose and get a little bit of a roll under cover. So really putting the pressure on Carrie Kasab right now. Yellow sitting 3. 1 in the top 4, 2 behind tee line. So there is certainly a draw path for Marge Moore to get down into the 4-foot. Freeze on top of that second stone, or sorry, shot stone. Line looks good from Michelle. Just have to see where it curls and how the weight is on this. Line looks really good on this. Really great shot from Marge. Some really good shooting going on today. Ladies have figured the ice out, got their weights down. So blue now sitting shot stone, just touching the 1-foot. Is exposed though. You can see probably about a little over 3/4 of that stone. Looks like Donna Kaleo is going to be asked to throw back weight, back house weight, push that blue out. The line looks a little narrow. Sweepers are on it hard, trying to hold the line. keep it off of the guards. Oh, stone is really starting to curl hard now. So a little bump off of the high guard, and it's actually protecting shot stone. The yellow is now protecting shot stone for blue. So Carrie trying to decide now, what do I do? I'm sitting shot stone. I've got 2 yellows within the 8, you know, one on the top 4, one on the back 8. Be nice to see if she could sink another one in here, really put the pressure on Arlene.
Come this way. Give this a try. Where are we? Look below that big lion. You're running. On its own. We're not going to get there. Sorry, guys.
Marge putting up a guard here on the center line. Things make a little wall here, and a little tick off of the blue guard to roll in towards center line. A good shot. So Arlene trying to find a way to get in here, shuffle things around. Let's see what she's going to call for. I don't know if she can really get to shot stone. So there's a center line guard, there's a blue guard on the 2-foot on the left side. And we're looking, you know, I think she's maybe trying to see if she can come down this way, maybe get a little bit of a raise and bump back for the blue. I don't think she can have a tremendous amount of weight on this stone, but there is a port to get through. It looks like that's the call they're going to try here from Donna Clay. Well, it looks good on this one. Just not sure if it's going to curl enough to get to that yellow for the raise. Oh, it's a little wide. So it looks like it's going to contact the blue guard. A little roll over. So now that opened up the left side, so Carrie has an option to either chip out and come down to the yellow. I don't think she'd have to still sit in full 4 in order to out count if she came behind T line. But certainly if she could get into the pin or underneath that yellow on the 4-foot. It's certainly the shot to make. You know, come in. Let's try that again. Kind of come in. Certainly there. That would give, that stone is more exposed. There is a center line guard. It could give Team Pulio the chance, if they did sit a second stone there, a chance to run that back and knock those out, the blues out. And if she just wanted to kind of protect things, you certainly wouldn't be bad having a yellow or blue stone here to block that raise, or even higher. So a few different options for Carrie, depending on the weight. Blocking that path to the 4-foot with blue sitting shot rock. Certainly a good option. So with that ice, looks like that's what Carey's going to try to do. If it comes deep, maybe they can bring it into the 4. If it's light, just make sure that they're blocking access to the left side 4-foot. Carey Kassab. We're going to skip stones on this third end. This one looks like it's certainly coming into the house. It looks like a good shot, good line. It's going to just touch the 8-foot and blocking that 4-foot draw for Erlene. But Erlene could get to that yellow and do a little bump back. I think that's what they're looking for. It's a little bump back, yellow onto blue. You just push it back a couple of feet. They can sit 2, and depending on what happens with the shooter, they could even sit 3 for yellow. So in our consolation rounds, just an update after 2 ends, it's a tie between the Schaefer rink and the Dockstader rink, 1 apiece. And Erlene Pulio coming down for her first rock in this third end. So Erlene looking for a little bump back. Stone is curling pretty hard here. And looks like she's going to make contact with the blue guard on the center line. So that opens things up. Blue still sitting 1, just touching the 1 foot on the right side at T line. And I would expect Carey Kassab either to replace the center line guard, or she's feeling lucky, maybe doing a potential blue raise into the 4-foot. She could potentially come this way, maybe get a little bit of a raise here. Very risky. It's not an easy shot by any means. If she does go a little wide, she could risk promoting that yellow. If she hits blue onto yellow. And if she winds up coming this way for a guard and it runs deep, it could also promote the yellow. So a little bit of risk involved here. Looks like she's going to throw the guard. Put something out here to kind of junk it up. Okay, Carey Kassab's last shot. Skip stones here in the third end. One looks good. Weight looks good. Sweeper staying off of it for the moment. So it looks like this one's going to come down, make contact with the blue on the 12-foot, and certainly block some things up here for Erlene Pulio. So I think the shot here, I mean, with weight, with the proper weight, Erlene can likely still come through this port and promote this yellow-blue combination. Certainly plenty of room there. Port is open. It's just a question of getting the right line and the right weight. And that's curling. It looks easy. It looks easy, but it's far from it. Okay, we're at the Hammerstone third end. Erlene Pulio looking for the raise. Blue's sitting 1 right now, shot stone. We're very well protected. Weight looks a little heavy. Nice shot by Erlene Pulio. Looks like it's going to get through the port, run back the blue to take 1. Nice shot. Ladies have brought their shooting game today, so. Team Pulio takes 1 in the third. So through 3 ends, 4-2, yellow. Okay, so we're into starting the 4th end now. Guards are going up. And this one's just gonna make it just over the hog line. Little off center. Still a good shot. Looks like Cindy Shirelli's going to have a corner guard here. And Erlene calls for a centerline guard, Karen Barnes. And in our consolation game through 3 ends now, Team Schaefer up 3-1 over Team Dockstader. Taking 2 in the third for Team Schaefer. Okay, good shot by Karen. Comes in undercover, under the guard, touching 12-foot. And Carrie Kassab asking to do the same, come under her corner guard into the house from Cindy Shirelli. Line looks good. It's a question of sweepers are on it. Looks like this one is going to be in for shot. Partially exposed behind the tee line. So Michelle McEnroe being asked to remove this stone. You can see almost all of it. Looks like edge to edge, maybe with a corner guard. This one looks like it's over curling a little bit. Looks like it's going to be on the guard. But they're going to get the shooter's going to roll in, so they're going to get into the 12 foot on that. Of course, due to the five rock rule, the corner guard is now being replaced. So the shooter is removed, the corner guard was replaced due to the 5 rock rule. And Carrie Kassab asking Melissa to draw, and she doesn't look like she's debating what she wants to do. If she wants to come into her own corner guard, or maybe do something else. So that looks like the shot. Looks like she's going to sit just on the outside of the 2 or the 4 foot line. So coming out, looks like this one's coming out a little wide. Touches that center line guard. That's going to promote that stone into the house. So blue's still going to be sitting shot rock in the full 8 foot behind tee line. Michelle taking getting a little more ice on this one, trying to get around that corner guard. It's a very curly spot here. She's on that corner guard a second time. So blue still sitting shot rock behind the tee line. Carrie asking to come into the full 8 to protect that. If she does that, there will be a double there though, so gotta be careful of that. Yellow's got a couple other stones in the 12 foot, so they've got to be in. If she's trying to be inside of those, then certainly there's going to be a double there. Okay, so this one sits outside the house, protects a little more than half of that shot rock. Looks like Erlene's going to go after this. If they take the guard out, that's fine. If they get the shot rock with the right ice and the right weight, even better. It looks like they're on the guard on this shot. So it looks like they're clearing that guard that was just put out there. And Carrie's going to ask Marge Moore to put that back. Maybe not so much outside of the house. She's looking for one in the 8-foot. So this stone just clearing the hog line, really leaving shot rock fully exposed, it looks like, for Donna Kaleo. So Arlene and Donna trying to decide on weight and line here to get to this shot rock. So very good shot, gets past the guard, over curls a little bit, and does make contact with the shot rock, but does not move it far enough back so that either of the two yellows and the 12-foot are counting. So blue's still sitting 1. And blue's got hammer on this end, so Carrie's looking to try to protect this one, top 12, touching the 8, maybe out counting that yellow rock just behind the tee line. So she's looking at putting one, if you saw her broom, she's kind of like looking out here to try to protect that one. I mean, that's certainly one option. I'd be thinking about maybe coming in here, sitting there, expecting that yellow would probably come down and take out shot rock, but with hammer I could come in and draw for my 2. They've thrown 2 of these blue guards. Both of them have come up short of the house. So the ice out here is a little tricky. And it looks like they're going to get another guard out of this stone. So certainly protecting shot rock. Shot rock looks like it's maybe half exposed. And there's certainly a port there. See if I can come that way. Maybe chip that out. Not save the shooter, but it doesn't really matter. Yellow's got 2 in the house already. Looks like Erlene's going to come in on the other side. She's going to draw in. Can draw in full 8, sit under cover. She's a little narrow. She can always play the bump. At least on this ice, it looks like she's playing the bump. Although we did see this side earlier was running fairly straight, so let's see how it goes. A lot of rocks out in front of the house. So Erlene Pulio now trying to draw in. Or raise. Looks like she's on it. Weight looks pretty good. Angle looks very good. And she's going to have a beautiful raise into the full 8 to count for shot rock right now. Nice shot from Erlene. Smile on her face. She's happy about that. Now Carrie trying to decide what to do about that. Can I? Doesn't really look like she can get to it. There's plenty of rocks out front. She's certainly got a run back if she wants to get that complicated, or can draw into the 4-foot. Looks like she's going to come in on the same side as Erlene just threw, but that ice looks a little tight. She's thrown draw weight to try to get into the 4-foot. Looks like she's going to try coming in skinny, boom. As we said, this side is running a little straighter. So Carrie Kassab's first stone, 4th end. Keeping this off the guard, plenty of room around the guard. However, weight-wise, it looks heavy. And it looks like that one's going to be through. So yellow now sitting 1. Center line, full 8. Blue with the hammer. The other side is really got plenty of guards around it. Really not much path into the 4-foot that way. So I think Erlene would be happy to really, you know, anything to block anywhere along this line would be good. She can come in. Certainly come in here, or top 12. She wants to outcount this blue in the back. Certainly there. She's got to be careful of leaving a double. So Erlene Pulio's last shot, 4th end. It looks good on this one, just a question of weight. Nice shot. So looks like this stone coming just deep enough to outcount the blue in the back. So yellow now sitting 1 and 2. Really no way for blue to get to the 4-foot. There is a little bit of a port on the other side, but I think they'd have to play a raise here. I think they're going to have to look at doing, they do want to get in, cut down there. And even then, I think that would just cut yellow down to 1 because there's shot stone, there's second, and the blue in the back is third. So I don't think they can impact both of those. Well, I don't think there's even any kind of a chance of, if they're coming in on this side, maybe get some kind of a double. It's a tricky shot to spill both yellow and that way. Certainly there. That's what they're looking at right now to see if they could get to that double. That'll allow blue to take 2. I think the raise is very difficult, and the raise is likely not giving them. Just give them 1 if they do make it perfectly. Yeah, Carrie's looking at this raise right now. Hard to tell where this, if she does make that and sticks the raise there, probably still yellow's going to take 1 on this end. But yellow sitting 2 right now, so cutting them down is a good option. I mean, even just coming down and taking the nose hit is going to cut them down. And that's likely probably an easier shot than trying to make this raise. I mean, could you get this raise? I mean, is there a double with the raise this way? Bang, bang. I don't know. That's tough. Lots of discussion going on here with the team, trying to look at different options here for the 4th end. Yellow sitting 1 and 2, blue with hammerstone. So hammerstone in the 4th end, Carrie Kassab. Looks like she's going to try at least the hit, maybe a double out of this. We'll see where it rolls. Stone's out. Looks like this one's holding out. It looks like a steal of 1 for yellow. So through 4 ends, Team Pulio 5, Team Kasab 2. The Utica Glengarry Challenge Final. Our consolation round in the next sheet over, still on their 4th end. They're just starting their 5th end, excuse me. They haven't hung the score. We'll update that in a moment. So Karen Barnes comes into the 12-foot. Carrie Kasab asking Cindy Shirelli to remove that. Okay, nice takeout from Cindy. House is wide open. Elaine's going to put back another center line guard. So through 4 ends in our consolation round, Team Schaefer 3, Team Dockstader 2. And we're doing a rinse and repeat, so stone does just kind of slip into the 12-foot, and Cindy Shirley being asked to remove this one again. This one's curling a little harder, out of hand. Sweepers are sweepers are staying on it. Looks like they're holding the line very well. Nice nose hit by Cindy Shirelli. So Michelle McEnroe being asked to eliminate this blue stone in the house. Sweeper's holding the line very well. And looks like she's going to have a nice hit and stick. Nice shot, Michelle. Draw attempt by Melissa Foote. Line looks good. Sweeper's giving it a little finish. Looks like it's just going to bump the stone in the 12-foot and roll out, roll over. Leaving that fully exposed, Earlene's going to ask to have that removed. Sweeper's really holding the line on this one. It's a nice shot by Michelle. To remove the blue, roll a little left to right, kind of split the yellows, and sit 1-2 yellow in this fifth end.
You like this?
So Carrie's down. She's down a few points. Looks like she's running for the hit and roll here. I think Earlene's happy to play that kind of a hit game at this point. Nice hit by Melissa. And keeps the shooter into the 12-foot. Looks like blue is sitting shot rock right now.
It'd be nice if we could hit and roll in. Okay. You're normal? Yeah. Which way you want to come? You want more or less? We're going to go through and take our run, so I think we get off of it.
So we're into the hit game right now. Donna Caleo on the hit. Looks a touch narrow, but the sweepers seem to be holding it. And looks like she's going to make contact. So removal there of the blue stone. Shooter rolls out, and yellow sitting 1 in the top 12. And Marchmore being asked to draw in. This one's going to run, looks like it's a little heavy. It's going to run a little bit deep. So it's going to be exposed, and Earlene's going to go after that with a hit from Donna Caleo. So this one looks like it's over curling a little bit. It's going to make contact with the yellow in the 12-foot. And the shooter's going to roll over to the 12. So blue sitting 1 behind T line and just touching the 4-foot.
I'm thinking I was blind. No, just too happy. No, I'm thinking it wrong.
And Marge Moore putting up a nice Stone into the 4-foot, kind of half covering the stone on the back 4. So she's in for shot. But both of those are wide open, no guards out in this end. So Arlene can certainly, with a nose hit, remove both of those. So Arlene's shot is out. Looks like she's making contact and not the double, but she's certainly moved things around. Blue is still sitting shot in the back house at this point. They're in full 8, fully exposed. So Carrie's going to try to cover that one up. Maybe a little off center would be good. She's looking for something in the 4-foot above tee line to outcount the yellow in the 8-foot. Certainly could also hit the yellow. And yellow's got, so there's first stone, second stone, there's third stone. So it looks like Carrie's going to make a play for this yellow, maybe push back a little bit for corner freeze. Maybe come in something like this. Looks like she's having some thoughts about this shot at this point. Talking with her front end. Looks like they're changing the strategy here. Maybe playing for the takeout. So Blue's got hammer in this end, so those stones are pretty far apart. Certainly be a difficult double to try to remove if she does nose hit the yellow stick. So here's Carrie Casab's skip stone. Looks like Carey's going to have the hit on the yellow for the removal and keeps the shooter. So blue now sitting 1 and 2. Looks like Erlene's looking at maybe the freeze down to the blue behind the tee line. Freeze down to there. That's a tricky shot. Certainly the nose hit. A little bit of a roll either side would give Carey a last shot for 2, depending on where she needs to draw. So this will be Erlene Puglio's last shot in this 5th end. She's playing the hit. So nose hit will leave Carey. Either she can counter a nose hit or draw in to touch 4. Just depends on where the shooter sits and what Carey's feeling like hitting today or throwing today. Erlene's shot is out. Looks like it's curling to play for the double. Contact. Contact. Nice shot. Great shot from Erlene. Pushing the shot rock for blue back. And it does look like, so yellow is certainly shot rock in the 8-foot. Everything's behind tee line at this point. Blue is number 2 in the back 12. And then yellow has a 3rd biter just behind tee line on the 12-foot. So nice shot by Erlene to get that, that double. That wasn't an easy shot. I think Carey's trying to see how she can get 2 here. Her blue does look like second stone. She just needs to be careful to remove shot rock and keep her shooter around and not impact that blue stone in the back of the house. So you're either going to push the yellow that way or you're going to push the yellow that way. And it depends what happens with your shooter. I think there's some risk going on this side of the yellow, coming in this way, because if you push the yellow out, you don't have very much real estate here to keep your shooter around. Yeah, I'd tend to want to hit on this side, push the yellow this way, and then have my shooter roll somewhere into the center. Looks like the ice that's Carey's given herself. So this is Hammerstone, 5th end for Carey Kasav's rink. Yellow sitting 1. She's got to remove the shot rock, keep the shooter to take 2. And looks like she's all over that shot rock. Nice hit and removal. Question right now is who's who? What's the score? Difficult to see from the overhead camera angle from the side here. It looks like that yellow is certainly much further in than it does from the overhead camera. So we're going to have a measure on this fifth end. So nice shot by Carey to remove shot stone. The shooter rolled a little further than they would have liked. So they're going to measure and see. It's possible for blue to take two here, but we'll see. Okay, so the Vices have done their measuring. I'm not going to make any estimates or guesses. I saw the yellow get pulled out, but we'll wait and double check the score to see what they hang. Okay, so blue's taking one. So through 5 ends now. Team Pulio 5, Team Kasab 3. On our consolation game over on sheet 4, through 5 ends, it's now tied 3 apiece between Team Schaefer and Team Dockstader. So the guard leaking into the house, into the just above tee line, and Karen Barnes knocking that out. Shooter stays in the 4-foot, and another takeout called. This stone's curling quite a bit. Handle got a little light on that one too, so ice could be changing out there after 5 ends. Arlene calling for draw into the house on the tee line from Karen Barnes. Okay, so Karen's bringing this one, or the sweepers are bringing this one into the house, into the 12-foot. So yellow sitting 1 and 2 now. Carrie going after shot rock to have this removed. So Melissa Foot with the out turn. Just off nose hit, little hit and roll. Blue sits in for shot. Fully exposed, no guards up. In our 6-ended play. So Michelle McEnroe being asked to do some takeout work. And this one's running pretty straight. Again, this side's running a little straight today. But Michelle is making contact, and it looks like she is going to successfully remove that blue stone. So Melissa Foot's second shot in the 6th end. Looks like she's being asked to draw in. Line looks good, weight looks good. Starting to curl now. Certainly going to make contact with the yellow. Push it over a little bit. So blue sitting shot rock, no guards up. Wide open, takeout called from Michelle McEnroe. This one really tried curling, started curling quite a bit as well. Sweepers did a good job to hold that one. Good job, sweepers. And this takeout is going to move that stone. It's going to jam on the stone just sitting outside of the house. So blue gets a biter out of that one. Yellow sitting 1 and 2. Shot rock fully exposed on the center line. Kerry Kasab calling for Marge Moore to do an inside-out shot. So contact with the yellow. And looks like this one's going to slide back house. Looks like it's going to stick around. So blue's going to have a couple of biters in the back 12. Yellow still sitting shot fully inside the above tee line in the 12-foot. So nice shot by Donna. Split the house. Yellow sitting just touching the 8-foot. Carrie's going to act on that one. So that shot over curls a little bit, runs deep behind the house, and Erling Pulio now calling for Donna to bring one in underneath that stone in the 12-foot for a little protection. And the stone running looks like it's a little heavy. And running through the house. So into skip stones in the 6th end, Kerry Kassab looking for a takeout on the shot stone, just touching the 8-foot. So skip stones, Kerry Kassab looking for a takeout on the yellow shot stone, coming down center line inside out. So Kerry's making contact with shot rock, but over curled on her a little bit. Took a little momentum off of that, so consequently relocated that stone behind tee in the back 8. So yellow sitting 1 and 2 right now. No guards out. Everything is fully exposed, wide open. Blue with a couple of biters in the back of the 12, on the back 12. It's like Erling's just trying to spread these yellows out, stay above tee line, force keep Kerry from having a chance to do any kind of a double. Yellow with hammerstone in this end, so they're looking to make sure they take their 2 at least. Don't want to be short on this one. Certainly want to have one in the house. Full 12 at a minimum. Keep things spread out. If blue does come down and make a hit on the shot rock is in the back 8, certainly be fully exposed there for removal. Looks like we're going to get a full team effort on this one for sweeping. And that's going to come into just touching the 8 foot. So yellow sitting 1, 2, and 3 at this stage. Shot rock is behind tee. So certainly coming down to that stone, freezing is one option. Freezing on that to outcount these other 2 yellows and prevent removal of that blue stone. Could certainly come in and draw underneath here. So 6N Carrie Kassab, her last rock. Looks like we're having a little adjustment on the ice as far as what to play here. So Carrie's last shot here. Okay. It's going to come in just behind tee. I don't think she's sitting shot. I think she's second. So if Verlaine can get to that, it could be a big end. She could take, she could keep the shooter. She could take 4 on this end. Looks like she might be coming down to take the hit and then push that out. Keep your shooter around here somewhere. It'd be a 4-ender. In the 6N, we're Hammerstone, Verlaine Pouliot. Sitting 1 right now. If she can take some action on the blue stone, which is second shot, she could potentially take 4. So looks like she's on top of that blue one. Nice hit and roll. So that'll be 4 for yellow. Through 6 ends, score is 9-3. Nice shot by Erling. Come in, Good weight. Push it out just enough. Keep the shooter around. And we'll update our consolation game. They just finished. They finished their 6th end, but I didn't catch the score. So we'll update you when that gets posted. So lead stones for the 7th end. In the 2022 Utica Curling Club Glengarry Challenge Final. Cindy Shirley drawing one into the top 12. And Karen Barnes being asked to remove that stone. A little takeout weight here. And that one just off nose hit. Runs that blue back to jam. So blue's now sitting shot. Back of the house. Yellow with a biter at the top 12. So in our consolation game, Team Dockstader taking 1 in the 6th. So score of 4-3 through 6. Team Dockstader over Team Schaefer. Looks like Michelle's going after the blue in the back of the house. This one looks a little wide. So Kerry Kassab's going to take some action against Yellow's shot stone, which is just behind the button. Still maybe edge to edge on the blue guard. So see plenty of it. Melissa Foot with a long slide down the ice for contact. Nice shot there, and sticks the shooter. So the shooter's really maybe about a third buried underneath the blue guard. Still fully accessible. And Michelle Monroe being asked to basically do the same type of shot that Melissa just threw. Little up weight down the center line for the removal. There is a potential jam if she does get a little bit more of an angle onto the nose for that blue in the back of the house, but doubtful. No, she did. She got a double out of it. So was able to act on the stone behind the house and stick the shooter above the tee line. So nice shot by Michelle there for yellow sitting 1. No other stones in the house in the 7th end of the Glengarry Challenge. Okay, good hit, and shooter drifts behind tee to still hang on in the back 12. Erlene waiting for Donna to get down and get ready before calling the shot. So looks like Donna's gonna be asked to remove this blue in the back of the house. Keep it clean. It's late in the game. Up by 6. Good call. Line looks good. Sweepers are holding it. Good shot by Donna. And she's able to hang on to the shooter in the back 12. And so Carrie's going to call for a draw underneath the blue guard. Top 8. That's what she's looking for. Marge Moore being asked to do a little work. Line looks good. Sweepers. Sweepers staying off of it. And this looks heavy. Someone's going to run through the house, and Erlene's not going to waste any time. Let's just keep things really simple and remove the, she's going to ask to remove the guard out in front of the house. Line's good. Looks like a good removal on that stone. So only one yellow sitting in the 12-foot. Carrie Kassab asking Marge Moore to put one in. So nice draw coming in just behind tee line for blue. And in the 7th end, we're coming down to skip stones. So Erwin Pulios with no guards out front. Everything's wide open. Just going to remove the blue. So Erling with the removal of the blue stone is going to be sitting 1 and 2. So with hammer, Kerry Kasab is nothing to hide underneath as far as guards go. It's going to be tough to generate a multiple score here.
Turn it clockwise, and then it will curl. So that's the goal, right? So as we play a game, the harder you throw it, the less time it has to throw.
So Kerry Kasab's first skip stone in the 7th end. Looking for removal of shot stone. And she's got good line and good weight on that one. So we're just into a hit game. So Erling Pulio looking for the hit and stick. And looks like she's all over this. There was a really thin double there. Will come in very tricky though, but certainly could exist depending on the angle. And the curl, of course. So with hammer stone, in the 7th end. Miss means that yellow takes 2. And that'll be it for today's game. So we'll have a final of 11-3. So congratulations to Team Pulio, Erling Pulio skip, Donna Kaleo vice, Michelle McEnroe second, and Karen Barnes lead. Winners of the 2022 Utica Curling Club Glengarry Challenge. And also congratulations to our runners-up. The blue team, Carrie Kassab skip, Marge Moore vice, Melissa Foote second, and Cindy Shirelli lead. So we have, in our other game, we have Team Schaefer scoring 2 in the 7th, so they're up 5-4 right now. We'll switch you over to that game. We'll catch the 8th end in that one for right now. So bear with us a second as we move over to that sheet. Okay, welcome back to the Utica Curling Club Glengarry Challenge. This is our consolation game between the blue team, Heather Dockstader, Dawn Sullen-Weiss, Sue Hansen second, and Tony Rosinski lead. And the red team, Skip Joyce Schaefer, Vice Sue Williams, second D full, and lead Tammy Dunnigan. So the score here is 5-4. This has been a pretty tight game between both teams. You can see the score there on the back wall. They're into the 8th end with Team Dockstader Bluestones having they're down 1 with hammer. So they certainly have a chance to tie. If they take 2, they can win. So no guards. So no guards on this 8th end. Blue looking to score at least 1 to tie, 2 to win. Heather demonstrating her yoga skills on the ice. So Joyce Schaefer's red team sitting 1-2 right now. Blue out on the 12-foot. Looks like D Foles being asked to give a little protection here, or come down to shot stone. So weight looks close on this one. Sweepers coming in, certainly bringing it in. This is going to sit, give red the position of sitting 1, 2, and 3. So Heather realizing she's got to make some action here on these red stones. Calling for Sue Hansen to remove the stone that was just thrown. So the stone's coming in. It looks like it might be able to get a little bit of action on shot stone. And it's going to push that back. And it's going to run behind the 4 foot, behind the 4 foot, so behind tee. Red's still sitting 3. So Red looking for a guard on there, and certainly keeping one outside of the house. Shot stone's behind tee, just outside the 4 foot. How they're looking at coming down into the 4 with the intern from Sue Hansen. So that's curling really hard here at the end and making contact on those stones in the top of the house. Not able to get down to the shot stones or freeze to them behind the tee line. So Red having a strong position here to try to continue to maintain their 3. Blue really needing to find a way in here to get their 1 to tie it. Looks like Red's just going to look to try to get a guard up to try to block that path to the 4 foot, or depending on where things wind up, they could also prevent the blue raise. So Joyce Schaefer with skip stone. So that pushes the 3rd shot back outside of the house. Promotes the blue into 3rd shot on the 8 foot. And Dawn Sullen being asked to, Heather's looking at having the red on the center line removed. It looks like she's thinking about this now. Yep, she wants to remove that stone. Got to make sure she stays close to nose on this one. Doesn't want to run this back into the 2 shot rocks behind the 4 foot. If she noses it, that'll leave her 2 blues in the top 12, and I think she's thinking that those would be raisable into the 4 for her. take her one. And that's a good, looks like it's going to be a solid nose hit from Dawn. Pushing the red out and through the back of the house. So red sitting 1 and 2 here behind tee line. And it looks like Joyce Schaefer is looking to draw in under her guard. Anywhere blocking path into the 4-foot would be good. Certainly want to be too deep. Don't want to give blue the chance to hit and roll in. So it looks like this one's going to run deep behind tee line. Still looks, it looks like red sitting 1 and 2. Blue's third shot. So Heather's looking for the raise on one of the blues on the out front. Dawn Sellen being asked to get the raise, and if she, depending on where she makes contact and where the shooter sits, she could have good protection if she can bring this in as shot rock. Right side is still open for a draw. So. Certainly making contact with the blues in the top 12, but running those back. Red still sitting 1-2 behind tee. Blue with several raisable stones, but red likely, Joyce is likely going to protect, either cover some of those up to make those raises difficult, or depending on how she feels, she might even try drawing one in. Yeah, looks like Joyce is thinking she wants to draw into full 8, touching 4 if possible, above tee. So Sue Williams being asked to bring one in underneath the red centerline guard to top 8. which would leave blue really with a raise either on either side, or potentially even a little hit and roll on their third shot out on the sitting on the full 8. So here's Sue's shot. Line looks pretty good. Sue Williams with a beautiful shot right through the port, coming down nicely into the 4-foot. Great shot, sitting shot stone. So red now 1, 2, and 3, very commanding position. Blue certainly with some raises available and some hit and rolls. So looks like so blue's down 1. This is the 8th end. This is Heather Dockstader's first skip stone. And it looks like she's debating between the hit and roll on the 4th shot stone, or possibly the angle raise into shot. The angle raise onto shot certainly looks like it's a good angle, and can certainly push that one out the sides. So looks like Heather's decided she's going to try to. Looks like she's going to come down through that port, similar to the shot that Sue just threw, and get to shot stone and push that out the back and sit for shot. So here goes Heather's first stone, 8th end, down by 1. Red sitting 3 right now. So looks like Heather's down through the port, took a little action on the shot stone, pushed it back just a couple of inches, but red is still sitting shot. Blue has now moved into 2nd position, out counting the 2 red 4s behind, the 2 red behind the 4-foot. So nice shot by Heather. Puts her in control, but if Joyce is able to have Sue Williams block up this port, could be a difficult raise option for Heather. So it looks like they're coming down into the port. So direct action onto shot rock is not possible. We're looking for some type of a double raise. I think Heather can do either come down this way and act that way, driving the red back here, which not be ideal, because if this red jams right here, it's likely red would still be shot. The other shot that's available she's looking at right now is this blue-red. Angles look like the red would float out that way. You'd sit, your blues would probably sit, one would sit there and then the other would sit there if you get the perfect raise. So this is the hammer. Final end in the 8th for the consolation round for the Glengarry Challenge here at the Utica Curling Club. Blue has to score, and they're sitting, red is sitting 1 right now. Of course, you could also, if you didn't want to take that action, you could also do the raise to, oops, can't draw it very well. Do the raise to the button. You could come down this way. You could do some kind of a hit and roll with that red. You could try the angle raise, and I think this was crazy, but I think do the angle raise this way. Push the red out maybe that way or maybe down this way. Certainly no easy shot in this hammerstone for the 8th end for Heather. So here we go, hammerstone, 8th end. Heather Dockstader down 1, needs to remove red shot stone in order to tie. And it looks like she did it. Okay, that looks like we're into an extra end. Great shot by Heather Dockstader. Congratulations. Down 1, hammerstone, 8th end to remove red as shot rock and tie it up. So we're into an extra end with extra curling here for the consolation round for the Glengarry Challenge. Okay, so in our consolation round, we're into our 9th end now. After an incredible angle raise to take out Shotstone and tie the game up by Heather Dockstader. So this is Tammy Dunnigan with the takeout. So we're doing a little rock shuffle here. So red has hammer here in this 9th end, the extra end for the win. So blue's got to play for the steal. So Tony Rusinski going for the draw, come around. This one looks heavy. Tammy Dunnigan on the other side. So red now sitting 2. Looks like Heather's going to take some action on that. Sue Hansen is up to the challenge. So nice takeout by Sue. And Joyce asking B full to move that stone. It's a little outside. Looks like she might just get a piece of it. And certainly will. And be able to keep the shooter.
What are you doing? Coming to that red inside of it.
Okay, Heather asking Sue to put one in the house. Looks like she's looking for top 8. Maybe close to a freeze over on that red stone just behind tee. This one's not really curling. Just a little action off of that red stone. So blue kind of rolls into the 8 for shot, but fully exposed. So Joyce just going to keep things clean here. Joyce just looking to get her 1. So that one's going to run. It's going to overcurl a little bit. Leave blue sitting shot. So Heather's got a decision to make what she wants to do to try to get her steal. Coming into the 4 underneath that center line 12-foot red. Going away. She's electing to remove that red, so Dawn Sullen's being called upon for the takeout. This one certainly looks like it's going to make contact. It's going to be a takeout, but the shooter's going to be lost. So Joyce Schaefer looking for the takeout on the blue stone. House is wide open, no guards. This one's running a little outside. Looks like they'll make contact though. Not going to remove the blue, but certainly pushes it behind tee. Loses the shooter. Shooter might even be a biter over on the side of the screen. It's hard to tell from this camera angle. Dawn Sullen coming in, trying to get a kind of a freeze on, corner freeze onto that red. This one looks like it's not going to curl quite enough. And the weight's a little heavy, so. Blue is shot behind tee, full 8. Red is second and full 12, again just behind tee. And then there's a blue biter in the back. Looks like the other red, it's hard to tell from this angle. It could be a biter, but it doesn't look like it. So it looks like blue 1, red 2, blue 3. Here's Joyce's shot coming down. Try to take some action on that blue. Sweepers indicating they're staying off of it. Looking for the corner freeze. Bringing it down in now. Doesn't look like it has just quite enough to get the freeze, but it's going to sit top 4 and be shot. So Heather now looking to remove shot stone. Looks like she's just going to play a normal weight hit, nose hit to sit. So Heather Dockstader trying to remove the shot stone, the top of the 4-foot, in this extra end in the consolation round for the Utica Glengarry Challenge. She's going to get a jam in the back. It's going to allow blue to still sit shot, though. Just above tee in the 4-foot, about halfway into the 4. Half the rock's in the 4. Red sitting 2. So Sue Williams now shooting 4th. Going to remove shot rock. Red just needs to score 1 here in this extra end. Okay, so she removes hit and roll, so the shot rock was removed. Her shooter went over and jammed against the blue sitting in the back. So red sitting 1 and 2 right now. This is Heather Dockstader's last stone. She has to be shot. So she's looking at the corner freeze. This is a make or break shot for Heather in order to sit shot and force Sue Williams to try to take some action against that. Freeze is always a very difficult shot, especially after they've been down the 4-foot 8 ends already. Probably a little fudgy down through there. So getting perfect weight and even line can be difficult. Last shot for Heather Dockstader. Needs a corner freeze in order to force red to throw their last stone. And that's going to come up short. So it was a good game, and congratulations to our consolidation event winner. The red team, Joyce Schaefer, Sue Williams, Dee Full, and Tammy Dunnigan, with Sue Williams shooting 4th. Joyce Schaefer, the skip, shooting 3rd stones. And our event runner-up, Heather Dockstader, Dawn Sellen, Sue Hansen, and Tony Rosinski. Great game. Great to get an extra end in there, and well played by both teams. So, on this March 12th, 2022, from the Utica Curling Club, thanks for watching today's Utica Glengarry Challenge Final. This is Tim Crofton, thanking you for watching, and please tune back in for another broadcast in the near future.